everyone. So today I'll be announcing what bow I'll be shooting for 2018, and I'm super pumped to let you guys know after all the questions and the interest in the bow reviews. A lot of you guys actually took an interest in what bow I would be shooting this year, which I never thought anybody would ever be interested in what bow I was shooting. So that's the reason for this video, is because a lot of you guys were taking an interest in what bow I finally chose after doing all those reviews. So thank you everybody for watching those reviews, making them a success. We had a lot of views, a lot of subscribers come from those last 3 months in the year, 2 months in the year, and we're still growing pretty fast. So thank you very much for all that. And I have a lot bigger ambitions than just staying at 1,400 subscribers. So if you're watching this, give us a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, but leave a suggestion. I'm open to suggestions. We actually did that this year with our best video that got over 80,000 views. That was a suggested video. People suggested redoing one review, changing a few things, and it was well received, I'll tell you. So thank you everybody for leaving suggestions. Second thing I wanted to kind of go over real quick before I tell you what bow I'm shooting is I will be starting a podcast. Super excited about it, and I want to let you guys know it's going to be about hunting abroad, traveling and hunting and bow hunting. It's going to be really focusing on deer and getting in shape and just really how to be the best hunter you can be, and really how to become a do-it-yourselfer, and then really how to take more risks, how to go somewhere and hunt somewhere that you've never been. Get out of state, get out of country, go do things. I'm really hitting the ground running with this thing. I've got some really great guys that are offering to be on the podcast for my first episode. If you don't know who Born and Raised Outdoors is, search them in the YouTube channel search bar. Watch their Land of the Free project. They hunt 5 states, 50 days straight. No breaks. Elk hunting. They put a lot of elk on the ground on day 1 to day 50. I guarantee you will be a diehard fan, and you'll be waiting for them to come out with more content. So check them out. Subscribe to them. Those are going to be the first guys on my podcast, and that is a huge honor, a huge favor. They're teaching me all about the podcast industry, but I'm going to talk to them about how did they start. They quit their day jobs and they went into the hunting industry. How did they make that transition? How did they do that? Because like a lot of guys like myself, I know a lot of you guys, you would love to do this for a living. Well, those guys are currently in the process, in the fight, in the struggle. They're making it happen. They're exploding in the industry. And it's right now, it's just the perfect time to interview them on how are they doing it. So that's going to be an amazing podcast. I've got plenty of other guests already lined up. Really excited about it, but that's something coming down the road. So let me know what you want to hear, what kind of things you want me to go over. I'm totally open to suggestion, and I don't even have a name for it yet, so maybe leave a name suggestion. Maybe we could play off like the Gritty Bowman, we could be like the Dirty Bowman or something, but I'm just kidding. So that's my 2 quick announcements. But what bow am I shooting for 2018? Well, after shooting PSEs, the Bowtechs, the Matthews Triax, and all the Hoyts, I shot all the bows. And the last bow that I shot, I wasn't going to shoot it, but I started hearing some good feedback on it, and I was really against this bow. I was unbiased. I didn't want to like this bow. I've had a bad experience with this bow in the past, and well, they changed a few things this year. So here's what bow I will be shooting this year. It will be the Hoyt RX1 Turbo. And the Turbo is what I have not been fond of in the past. They're just aggressive. They're not very shootable for a guy like me that just, I can't hold it against the wall and form a shot to save my life. What I mean by that, it's when I get back on the previous turbos, I feel like I'm fighting it it's pulling me off the wall. I'm start shaking my bow, and then I just punch the trigger and I fall apart. Not with this bow. This bow is different. This bow, when you have it at full draw, you have all day long. It's not pulling you off the wall, although it will keep you honest, meaning if you do get lazy, it will pull you. But if you have good principles and foundation and you keep pulling through the shot like you should be, you're not going to have any problems with this bow. But to gain something in the bow world, you're going to give up something. So with this bow over the RX1, which I was going to buy the RX1, then I shot this bow and I bought this one, I gained 10 feet per second. Well, what's the difference? The draw cycle is stiff. It is a lot stiffer than the RX1. There's no other way to slice it. That's really the best way I can describe that. This is a number 2 cam at 28 inches. Now the number 3 cam at 28 inches would definitely be less aggressive, but you really wouldn't be a bad call. A lot of guys are shooting, I think, number 3 cams at 28 inches because these things aren't out yet. You had to pretty much order these things. It took weeks for this thing to get here. I made my mind up as soon as I shot this bow, and it's been about 5 weeks, 6 weeks for this bow to get here. So I've had to hold it in and not tell anybody that whole time, which was really hard. But I think I did tell a few people. But that's why I went with this bow, is because I'm gaining 10 feet per second. I have a 28-inch draw, so I need that extra 10 feet per second because I like to shoot a certain area, and I wasn't going to get that with the RX1. The RX1 is a little bit slower. I like to shoot about a 440-ish grain arrow, and I was shooting that arrow over 290 feet per second, about like 293 I think it was, and with my prime Synergy I was like 281, 282, somewhere in there. So I'm 10 feet per second faster than my prime. I feel like I'm just as steady. And one other feature that I completely overlooked in my reviews and forgot to mention is that the stabilizer is offset. So when I tossed on my tight spot already with my stabilizer just to see how balanced it would be, and this bow is money. It is balanced. They made a lot of really good improvements. Earlier in the year I was calling this kind of a Franken bow because there's a lot of features of other bow companies put into this bow. And I just feel like they made the most leaps and bounds this year. I wanted a carbon bow. I've never owned one. That was another reason, which that's a personal reason. But another personal reason is that I want somebody to feel like they earn my business. And Hoyt earned my business this year, coming out with a bow that is leaps and bounds over their previous models. So thank you, Hoyt, for doing that. Matthews, guys, I like the Triox a lot. I'm sorry. I'm going to get some heat for this, but Triox was an awesome bow. It was more dead in the hand than the Hoyt was. I will give it that. It was smoother draw than the Turbo, but probably a little bit more aggressive in my opinion than the RX1. Maybe about the same. And but let's just face it, guys. It's a mini Halon. I'm going to get heat for that, but it is a mini Halon. Call it for what it is. Yes, it does have the cool 360 dampener on the bottom. It is more dead in the hand than the previous Halon models, but guys, it's a mini Halon, and it's going to be great for tight quarters, ground blinds, tree stands, but I just didn't feel like they changed enough, and I don't feel like it was the best bow for me this year. So I'm way more excited and way more passionate about shooting the Hoyt this year, and I trust it. I think it's going to be an amazing bow, and that's why I chose the RX1 over the Triox Turbo and the regular RX1. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be hunting with this thing very soon. I plan on starting the podcast after April. So give me some feedback. I don't even have a name for the podcast yet. So all suggestions are considered. But as always, guys, I'm going to be doing some really cool videos. Every year when I get a new bow, I do some showing off videos of what the bow can do at long range. And I'm going to do some really cool videos with this thing. I'm going to shove some arrows, I don't know, 150 yards down range. I could go farther than that. I'll try and do some more videos for shooting tips and tricks and stuff like that. Let me know what you guys want to see, but this is the bow I will be rolling with this year. And as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.